Thank you, Chairperson. I'm responding to your invitation to answer two questions, but all related to money. Reading what you sent me, Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, on Uganda shilling 39 billion supplementary budget, and I was kindly asked to provide explanation on one, the purpose of the funds, the actual amount released, time of release, and distribution of the money. Then the next question was, on Uganda shillings 135 billion supplementary budget, I was kindly asked to provide explanation on the purpose of the funds, the actual amount released, time of release, and distribution of the money. And I proceed as per the small statement that I have prepared and have circulated. You'll excuse me if they don't go around, because we did not know that the committee is this large. Now, this shilling 39 billion supplementary budget to OPM in financial 21-22, the fund was provided to support the disarmament process and the coordination of peace-building operations, support to livelihoods of Karamojongo youth through provision of agricultural inputs, mainly goats, as an emergency intervention in the initiative to improve peace and eliminate cattle rustling in that region. 2, shillings 135 billion 198 million was released from the contingencies fund in financial 2022-23. Following a cabinet directive in minute number 27, CT 2022, dated 11th of July 2022, this ministry was required to provide shillings 135 billion 198 million to support households at risk of food insecurity in Karamoja sub-region and other parts of the country. The shillings 135 billion, whatever this, was earmarked for the purchase of relief items of maize flour and beans for a period of 3 months for an estimated population of 518,000 persons. Given the resource constraints, shillings 20 billion was released in July 2022. In addition, 20 billion has been released this quarter, raising the total release to shillings 40 billion. However, proper accountability for the released funds shall be required before any additional funds are provided. Why are we insisting on this? It is I believe that's why this committee was put up. We release money. We want to ensure that that money has gone to do the purpose for which it has been released. I submit, Madam.
Thank you so much, Honourable Minister. On the first money, that is 39 billion, which came as a supplementary budget, we requested you to have this figure broken down, the way you have elaborated here. Yes, they needed to be broken down because it is a petition concern, and we need to be able to compare the figures in relation to several activities which fall under the 39 billion. So we need a breakdown. And we need also to know whether it was released at once. Was it released at once or in phases? So that we get help as we search for value for money. On the issue of the second amount of money. What was on the floor of Parliament was that 135 billion, 135.2 billion was meant to support Karamoja sub-region alone. We had interface as we were investigating on the farming situation in Karamoja, and the state minister came from finance, Henry. Yes. So, can you prove that this money is not only meant for Karamoja, but also other parts of the country? Because we knew it is meant to feed the people of Karamoja sub-region for 3 months, and that was the money attached to it. If other parts of the country are to benefit, can you provide justification to that? And 3, out of that you released only 20 billion. 40? Yes, 40 billion. Yes. What is the duration for the release of the wholesome money? Because out of 135.2, you have only released 40. And the people are dying. How long are we going to take to make sure that the 135.2 is all released to Karamoja? Oh, this is a figure which is an estimate, and we shall release what we can. We need to have a clear position on that. Honorable Cooper, then Dennis, then we come back to Karamoja.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I had walked out when the Minister came on a big introduction. My name is Cooper Elijah, Member of Parliament for Castillo County. Madam Speaker, Madam Chairperson, first of all, I'm disappointed by the communication. I don't call it a report from the Minister of Finance. This matter is of grave importance. You cannot respond by half-page information. And from your clarification you are putting to the Minister, I think you are telling the Minister diplomatically that you are not up to the task to explain what this means. You know, when you want to avoid questions, you become mean with the information. So first of all, Honorable Minister, I think I'm disappointed with the type of response you have given, or the seriousness you have put to this matter. Half-page information, summary, is like an executive summary for a main report. One, the issue is about Karamoja affairs, like we have reconsideration of the petition by Karamoja Parliamentary Group against the Ministry for Karamoja Affairs. 1, supplementary OPM budget. OPM covers the whole country. OPM covers the whole country. The petition was very specific, Karamoja Affairs. Karamoja Affairs is a sub-component of the OPM. There is Bunyoro Affairs, Teso Affairs, Northern Affairs, Luero. That is it. So I think it would be good for you to have categorically put this in that breakdown. The same applies to 2.2, released for the financial year. 135 billion released from the contingencies fund general. The contingency was this is for all the country. But we're talking about Karamoja affairs. When one reads, one can still, you leave it to judgment of me and any person reading that 139 billion was for Karamoja affairs. Is that so? Or this was for all the money for the OPM office? So that detail must have come, should come out. But also this information is quite confusing. You say you have released 139.1 billion, but in the end down you have released 40. You have said you have released 139 billion, but from down you have released 40 billion. So which one is which? Your subheading there is very clear. 135 billion, 198 million released from the contingencies fund in the financial year.
So then down, you say we have released 20 billion, then another 20 billion, giving a total of 20 billion. What are you saying? And if you have released this all, assume it was for the whole ministry, all the OPM, for the office of the OPM, then there wouldn't have been a shortage for Karamoja affairs. But also when it comes to the releasing, people are dying. This is an emergency. How can you release only 20 billion for 518,000 people affected in July, in the first quarter? Then now, the second release of 20 billion is in the third quarter. Are you really serious that you want to save an emergency situation? I remember very well because I was in the budget committee. The pressure budget committee was put in, an emergency, and ask what are the source of the funds. Say, we have identified the source of the funds. Now, if you identify, because by the time you bring a supplementary, you have identified the source of the funds. How are you now coming here and say, because of the shortage of the funds, yet you are sure the committee of the budget that the money is to fund a supplementary has been identified, because by cutting other sources. Now here, down the road, you have only released in the first quarter and the third quarter to address an emergency situation. So to meet chairperson, if I had the powers, I would just tell the minister, go back and come back with a thorough, detailed thing, not half-page information to answer a very serious matter like this. Thank you, chairperson.
I want to believe that the Honorable Minister respects this committee. As an elder, he would have come with a very fundamental, written, detailed information before this committee. When you look at, I have a page document from a very senior minister, our father, by the way. It is a testimony that a lot is desired not to come out from that particular docket of the Ministry of Finance. Like the Honorable Elijah put it correctly, Chair, if it didn't fit, we will request the minister to go back and come with authentic, detailed report. If I may ask, Chair, the 39 billion, which is number one here, which was a supplementary budget for the Karamoja, in the financial year 2021/2022, where all the money released, those details should come out. If they're released, how is the money spent? Of course, we are privy to information that we receive from the witnesses. In fact, the petitioners gave us elaborate that the 22 billion went for goats. The 8 billion went for iron seats. There is that 9 billion, whereby out of the 9 billion, 800 million was utilized. It means there is that 8.2 billion, which is not yet seen. Now, if the information is really very clear, as committee, we would know exactly where has that 8.2 billion been. Is it utilized? So, Chair, I don't really believe whether the Honorable Minister came ready to give us all what we desire to have. In any case, how does the Honorable Minister feel if what he released does not meet its purpose? Are we really sure that we are fighting poverty in this country? Do we have another meaning of the affirmative action? As citizens of this country, are we really happy? As leaders, are we happy that there is imbalanced development in this country? That other side of the country is not developed. Karamoja is down. Actually, 67.8 poverty rate. UBOS report. What kind of affirmative action shall we really take to these people? When we mean it, when we are seriously going to monitor the utilization of what goes to them. Look at the sagas, the PRDP, the COVID-19, which we are yet to go
Honourable
for.
members, let's first limit to the petitions issues.
Chair, it is very fundamental for the minister to give us really what can guide this committee to factual findings. This statement can never.
Fine, honourable members, the honourable minister and the team are taking note about the issues we want them to really
Waste the committee's time. We tried, my technical officer tried to answer what was written down.
Yes,
But now the committee feels it is inadequate.
yes.
Why don't you release me? I go.
I have one role.
Madam Chair, clarification. I want to clarify something, Madam Chair.
You give me another day.
Before the minister.
Yes.
Yes. I said me I don't want the committee to waste its
Can
time.
we have order?
The members have a point. The point they have a point.
Yes.
That there are no details. And these details have not been given to me by my officers. So,
Who is the lead
Madam-
officer? Who is the lead officer?
Clarification, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, 1 minute.
Order. Honourable members, we need not waste a lot of time. Now I'm only giving opportunity to those who have issues which have not been already raised,
Yes.
so that it is added.
Yes.
But we should stick to the petition. These other issues affecting the country, let's put it aside, so that we can, within 2 weeks, dispose this. So supplementary issue for minister.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I want to begin with the contingency fund, 2022-2023, financial year 22. I want to bring to the attention of this committee that this 135 billion, 198 million, was particularly earmarked for Karamoja sub-region.
That was already raised?
Yes, I want to.
Something which was not raised. Honourable Nancy, so that we release.
So I wanted to, okay, maybe clarification because I'm talking about the 39 billion supplementary because this money was released for sure, but UPDF has never even been allocated any money for the disarmament process. Yet it's one of the key aspects that was supposed to be addressed.
We already requested him to
Yeah.
give us the breakdown. Raise
Thank
things
you,
which have
Chair.
not been raised.
As you will be coming back, on behalf of the committee, we request that you, together with your team, should give us a clear breakdown of how many goats were supposed to be procured with this money that you have disbursed to support Karamoja region, and how much quantity
That
of
one
beans
we are
and
going
portion.
to get the
Because-
workman from the OPM. Members raise things.
The information and report about Karamoja, where the petition originated from, but there's also a statement of other parts of the country. So for the good.
No, we are not going to include that.
Honorable Chair, as a committee, I think we're incapable of discussing this report since it doesn't entail all that is required for our advocacy. So I would request procedurally that the Honourable Minister and his team be given time to go and report tomorrow with the detailed information.
We
Thank you,
already
Honourable.
agreed. I gave opportunity for you people to.
Submission, but in the petition, we are aware there's the issue where it's named to have benefited from the iron sheets. And I
That
was,
is another lane. We want to close this one, then we start on the
Honorable Chair, I have one comment.
raise the issue.
Okay.
The submission on the finances, we are sending the Honourable Minister and the team to go and provide detailed information. Now the session is on how he benefited. Honourable Minister, you are on the list of beneficiaries. Tell us how you got the iron seats.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair and colleagues. You have now given me a chance to release myself. Because when I see things in the press which are not substantiated, the press does not want to get the facts. First of all, First of all, Madam Chair, I never applied for those iron sheets. Never. I did not apply for them. I did not ask, please give me. Yes, I got.
Can we listen? Can we listen?
Yes, I got. Someone rings and says, Honorable Kasaijja, the office of the Prime Minister is donating iron sheets for you.
Who?
Donating, yes.
Yes, let's listen.
Yes. And we have some papers which I will bring you. So the next thing, I see the iron sheets have been delivered. Even now, there is a bundle of 300. I did not know how it came. In my compound, you can come when I take you to go and see them. I don't know, I didn't know. The other ones which I took, because I was told it was to support my constituency. And true, I have done that precisely. I have given 450 iron sheets to a school, which we finished fundraising recently, if you remember. The balance is still in my store in Kibali. And I'm looking for who should I give these.
I'm here, Honorable Minister.
So please crucify me, knowing that there is an innocent man on this issue. I'm totally innocent. I never asked for the iron sheets. The iron sheets found themselves in my compound. And I said, where if they are coming from the office of the Prime Minister?
Honorable Minister,
Let's be orderly members.
So I think I will stop on that one.
Unless
Unless you have other questions, what you want me to clarify.
That, this is also an opportunity to really relieve yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members, let's ask specific questions. Honorable Tony.
Much the Honorable Minister for coming clear on some of these allegations. My question to the Honorable Chair to the Minister is, as the Minister and therefore a public servant, are you aware that you are under obligation to uphold the Constitution of this country? In the circumstance that these iron sheets ended up in your possessions, can you confidently say you have upheld or observed the laws regarding management of public assets or not?
Can I answer straight? Yes. I appreciate. I mean, I follow the Constitution, absolutely. These questions really, in my view, Madam Chair, really should be based. Should really be focused to the office of the Prime Minister. We are victims. Yes. So me, I'm a victim. To be honest with you, I never asked for the iron sheets. The iron sheets were delivered. The message I received, these iron sheets are supposed to help you to.
So, Honorable Chair, in a nutshell, the Minister is saying we should go for the distributor.
The distributor.
Precisely.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
I would have to check with my personal assistant, because it is not me. It is not me who was talked to. It was my personal assistant.
Second.
So when I come back, I will tell you. I will come with him. He will tell you who rang him that there are iron sheets here for the minister.
Second, Honorable Minister, we members of Parliament, many of us, we have applied for iron sheets in the office of the Prime Minister. But up to now, we have never received those iron sheets. But how comes specific ministers received those iron sheets? How comes only specific, not all ministers, but only the chosen ones? How comes?
We shall
That's
ask
not
that
a question
one
for
to
me
the
to answer.
distributor.
Because I don't give the sheets to myself.
Let's have David. You have spoken. Let's give one.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I ask just one question. The Minister says he found out that the iron sheet was already on the compound.
Sorry?
You mentioned earlier that you realized the iron sheet was already on your compound. You did not request for it. You did not ask for it. You were not aware. You were called. And then suddenly you realized the iron sheet was on your compound. Did you report to the police that you found some iron sheet on your compound?
Please. I told you my personal son said the office of the Prime Minister. The office of the Prime Minister, later I got to know where the iron sheets came from. So how could I have gone now?
Let's have Albert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. My question to our Honorable Minister of Finance. Now that you are a victim in this circumstance, what is your take as a key minister of this country? It's good that you have consented, you have evidence with in your compound. What is your take in this matter, considering the vulnerability of the Karamojong people?
First of all, I did not know that these iron sheets were taken away from the Karamoja allocation. I was not aware of that. Now, if they are really now, particularly now the man which is in my home here in Kampala, I want to return those iron sheets.
Thank you. Honorable Cooper.
But the other ones, I never knew that they were not for Karamoja.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair. That you should have come here with a statement regarding even the iron sheets. That on this day, we received a call from so and so that we're delivering iron sheets, and this number, I did ABCD with iron sheets. On this day, I received more. I have this balance in the office. So that is what we would request to the minister now. Go back and put this in writing, such that by the time it comes, it is something written. We don't want to start asking you, how many do you receive, what's the balance, what's still in your store. But also, Chair, you can direct the police to go and verify what is there, to verify what's there. Now that he has been very open and he has said there is even a balance or there are more in this, we could be able to send the police. But let him go back and come back with a report detailing all the circumstances under which he received.
This morning we have invited the Honourable Minister on the issue of only the finances, except that the committee has requested
that be part of it.
That he also explains on how he got the iron sheets. Otherwise, we are planning to write formally to all those whose names we have already gotten. So we cannot blame the Honourable Minister for the inadequacies now, except he said it is also a time for him to be relieved.
This helps him to clear his name.
That
That's
is
what I'm
why
saying.
I opened up. Otherwise, all those people who got the iron sheets, we are going to write to them. But this moment, we are supposed to discuss only the finances, the two. Yes, so Honourable Minister, we shall give you a formal letter. Yes, so at this point, since we are going to write a formal letter to him and to others, why don't we proceed with others?
Thank you, Chair.
Honourable Minister, we are going to write formally. I hope now you are a bit relieved.
I was intending to go and make a press statement somewhere. Now I'm relieved. Thank you.
I gave you the opportunity because you requested for it. So, Honourable members, let the Honourable Minister go back, and we'll come back on the issues of the finances. Latest Friday, we want detailed report. Honourable Minister, you are part of this government. We have closed the other discussion. We are going to write formally. We are going to write formally.
Thank you, Chair.
Any input you want to give for us to include in the letter, we shall discuss. We shall have in-house meeting.
A brief one to the Minister.
Then submission.
We give you a written submission.
Yes.
Thank you.
But it should be comprehensive. So you are relieved?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, you have relieved me. Absolutely. I've had a chance to explain myself.
Uganda prisons, are you here? Uganda prisons? Out?